Zadon Electro Ninja here, and welcome back to Electro Ninja's Lab. In today's video, we are going to be talking once again about Kingdom Hearts Melody of Memory. And holy crap. This video is going to be a little bit special. I don't really know how to say this, but basically, as you guys know, we're not I usually like to do these things after I've played through the entire game of one of the Kingdom Hearts and basically say what I would like to have seen added or whatever for DLC or whatever. Previously, I did this for Kingdom Hearts 3 and what I expected for the Kingdom Hearts 3 DLC. Now, obviously, we know that there's probably not going to be any DLC for Kingdom Hearts Melody of Memory. But these are some things that I would like to see, as well as some things that we could expect from the future of Kingdom Hearts. Now, the first thing that we should take note of is, of course, the fact that the story was leaving a lot to be desired for Melody of Memory. Now, if I were to do something with DLC, I would give a few free updates. The first one being adding a bit more information. Basically, just showing off a lot of the different things, like about Kyrie's backstory. I for one would have really liked if after each world, or not each world, but each game, you got a little bit of Kyrie's backstory. So let's say you complete Kingdom Hearts 1. After doing so, you would get something like a redone version of Kyrie's grandmother telling her the story of, well, the original Keyblade War. That is honestly one of the things that I have been focusing on ever since we got the remade version of it in Birth by Sleep. Something has to come of that. Why does Kyrie's grandmother know this story when almost no one else does? Like I said, only really the oldest Keyblade wielders know this story. Like I said, Xehanort, Ericus, and maybe Yensid. That's it. Those three characters are the only other ones who happen to know this story. So why the heck does Kyrie's grandmother know this story? I've said before that I think that part of the reason may be that Kyrie's grandmother is, in fact, Xehanort's sister, which has always been just this theory that's been going around in my head, and I would like for us to actually get some information on that. Maybe for something like Xehanort killed her or something, and she realized Xehanort, or something like that, and it would have been honestly really interesting to see, but it never happened. Also, just lots of different things. The version of the story that I would specifically want to see is a reprisal of their roles doing the story in the library that we see in Kingdom Hearts 1. This always felt like a weird moment to many people, especially back when it was first shown. But now that we've played through so many of the games, it makes so much more sense. And it would have been really nice to actually get to see that again, because that is such an important aspect of the Kingdom Hearts series. And honestly, I have a feeling that it's going to have a pretty big importance in the future games. So not having that just didn't make sense to me. Also, just other random scenes. I don't know exactly which scenes would be the best for this specific situation, but like I said, putting one at the end of each world would make a lot of sense. Maybe at the end of the optional worlds, the optional games. So Chain Memories and Days. Maybe there's like something that isn't super important, but it still is drives home the plot. And then obviously something you don't necessarily have to do something for Code since that's only one world, but for the rest of them, holy crap, that would have been really interesting to see. So, yeah. And it would have really helped because I think a lot of the big issues that fans had with this game and will have with this game if they haven't played it is just the fact that there's almost no new story until you reach the end of the game, which may drive some fans to be like, do I want to play it or do I just want to sit back and let watch somebody else play it and then watch those cutscenes from their perspective or whatever? Because honestly, I imagine a lot of people are going to be doing that. They're going to be showing off these scenes, and then people are just going to watch them on their channels. I don't know. I mean, I think Everglow actually has all of the cutscenes on his channel, so why not? And yeah, I don't know. It's really up to the creators if they're going to do that, but meh, whatever. I think that, but I still think that it would have been really helpful. And also, before you even start the world tour, it would have actually been nice to actually see her talking to them and why she thinks that going into her memories would actually be helpful. Because even in Kingdom Hearts 3, when we saw that, it was kind of a weird situation and no one was really certain why she's thinking that she'll find something in her memories. But I think that putting that somewhere at the beginning would have really helped. Especially for fans who are just kind of curious, why am I even playing this game? But, I don't know. That's my opinion. And that's pretty much all I would really do. A few things, though, that I would like, but I don't necessarily think that they absolutely should do them, is add some stuff with the other characters. Um, I would say give us a Destiny trio. Basically Sora, Riku, and Kairi working together. Kairi being the leader because of the fact that she is one of the main protagonists that you play as at the very end, but you only get one moment to play as her. That felt kind of upsetting. So I think that they really should take that moment and extend it, allowing you to actually get that trio as a playable group. And while I also would like to see the Twilight trio get some more attention, I don't think that's necessarily important, considering the fact that they really don't get much chance to shine anyways. But, yeah. There are a few other things that I would like to see, but I know that I'm not going to. So, I'm not going to get into all of those. But, yeah, seriously, that would have been so much better, but it didn't happen. So, what are we going to do? Anyways, let's talk about the next aspect. That, of course, being the future games. Now, obviously, a little bit of DLC that does what I said it should do for Melody of Memory should be the first thing that happens. But before we get Kingdom Hearts 4, I really do think that we need to have a Union Cross slash Dark Road game that is available on the other systems. One where you play as Ephemer. This has constantly been a problem I've had for a while. I still have not gotten caught up with Union Cross because of the fact that it's just so boring. And Dark Road is starting to get to the same degree. Basically, once you've done a lot of stuff in that, the game basically becomes so boring, and with the auto run action, the only reason that people are going to even play it is to get the story. And that's it. And I feel like that's going to be one of the biggest contributing factors as to why people are not going to be playing this game. So, yeah. I really do think that they should do something at some point where they just go through all of these stories and put them into a concise game that can go on to the other systems. It doesn't have to be the most insane graphics game, but getting something to the level of at least a decent level, maybe even still being in the style that it's currently in, but you get to play as Ephemer as he goes through the story of Union Cross, and then do a similar thing with Xehanort. But obviously, I still do want it to be a regular gameplay game. Having important details be left out just feels really sucky. So putting them onto the other systems would be really helpful, especially since these games are so important for the future of Kingdom Hearts 4. While we don't necessarily know everything, we do know that Strelitzia is super important to the continuation of Marluxia's story. And knowing what the heck was going on with Ventus back in those days just feels really freaking important, like I said. And then obviously we should find out once and for all, is Ephemer and Skuld actually Xehanort's parents and possibly Kairi's great-grandparents? That's... It feels so important to me, but it's just, I'm still wondering what the heck is going on there. And then as for Brain, what the heck is going on with him? Who is he? Why should we care about him? Is he going to be an important character for the rest of the series, or is he just a character who has dropped into this? I honestly feel like these characters have so much more importance than they're actually getting let on. So I honestly don't know. And now that Xehanort is going to be normal Xehanort is going to be completely out of the picture, I don't know. I really feel like they have to do something. Like I said, I can't figure it out. Obviously, some other things would be nice as well, but I'm not going to go into every single thing that I would like to see. But one more thing that I do absolutely want to see releasing around the same time as Kingdom Hearts 4, not actually in Kingdom Hearts, maybe not immediately or whatever, but maybe not before, but maybe after Kingdom Hearts 4, is an actual Kairi game. Whether it's just in Kingdom Hearts 4 and you get to play as Kairi for a brief segment and you can see all of that play out, or it's something completely different, I really want to play as Kairi more. Kairi has been one of the main characters from the beginning, yet she's only ever had like 2 times that she's ever been playable. Once in Kingdom Hearts 3 Remind, and once briefly in Melody of Memory, which, reminder, Melody of Memory is her game, yet for some reason she's not playable in the slightest, only getting a little bit of a chance early on, like at the very end, when you're just going through one of those video parts, and she never gets a field moment, she never gets a boss moment, which that makes 0 sense, and I don't know. It feels like there's something lacking, and that needs to be addressed. So, there needs to be something for Kairi, a Kairi-focused game. Now, unfortunately, Nomura has said that the next Kingdom Hearts game will be in 2022. So, obviously, 2021, don't expect anything, really. But if they are going to do anything, it's likely going to be a brief DLC that maybe adds that extra story that I suggested, and perhaps gives us the Kairi playability, so that you can play as her in each of the different gameplay styles. That would be really awesome, and I know that it's not necessarily going to happen, but it would be awesome to actually get to see that. Obviously, nothing's really going to happen with the Twilight Trio, but also, I want to know what's going on there. Like I said, I can't really say for sure what exactly is going to happen in the future of Kingdom Hearts. But these details feel important to me, and I feel like they need to address some of them. But I don't know. Anyways, guys, hopefully you've enjoyed this video. If you have, please leave a like, subscribe if you're new, and even if you're not new, but you just haven't you haven't subscribed yet, because apparently only 10% of you guys are actually subscribed, so please subscribe, and ring that notification bell. Leave your thoughts and theories down in the comments below, and of course, if you want to support the channel even more, then definitely head down to the description and check out all of our links down there, including our Patreon, which a big thank you to our current patron, Sheeny. And before I actually sign off, I would just like to let you guys know that soon I'm going to be doing a lot of videos back to back that are actually, I made them a while ago. Well, around the time that you guys are seeing this video is when I'm making all of the videos that are going to be coming after it, because yeah, there's a bit of a moment that's just going to be a bit of a chaotic time. So yeah, I don't know how many videos I'll be able to make, so look forward to those. But anyways, guys, like I said, hopefully you've enjoyed this video. I have been Electro Ninja, and I will see you guys in the next one. But on!